Hey, what's up? Three Gaming Yetis here. Today we're diving deep into one of the most crucial aspects of Fortnite that separates the good players from the great players. So what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about cover and concealment and about how you should be using this ability effectively to help you dominate those gunfights. Whether you're trying to outplay sweaty opponents or survive that final 1v1, mastering cover mechanics can make or break your game, and it can be the difference between you getting a victory royale or going back to the lobby empty-handed. So buckle up, hit that like button or just drop a comment to say hi, and let's jump right in. First things first, why is cover so essential? Look, Fortnite isn't about just having the best aim or the most aggressive playstyle. It's also about playing smart, using what the map gives you and setting yourself up for success. And because Fortnite is a unique battle royale where a lot of the map can be destroyed, cover provides protection, positioning advantages, and even a psychological leverage over your opponents, even if it's just temporary. When you're behind cover, you're forcing the enemy to change their tactics, and this is where you can exploit any mistake made during that change. Now, not all cover is created equal. Let's break down the three main types you should be using in every match: Unbreakable cover, builds, and temporary cover, which is more like concealment than actual cover. Unbreakable cover. Think of things like larger rocks, cliffs, hills, dunes, reboot vans, and foundations of buildings, just to name a few. These are your first line of defense when you absolutely need to be protected from some incoming damage while still maintaining your position. They can help you dodge sniper shots, gain a quick breather during an intense fight, heal, you get the idea. You can easily know if a cover is breakable if you swing your pickaxe at it and it shows a health bar. If your pickaxe gets rejected or you can't hit that piece of cover, then you know it is unbreakable and a good thing to hide behind. Builds. This is where your creativity can really shine. Whether it's a quick 1x1, a ramp, or even a full-on fortress, knowing when and how to build your cover and edit it for your own advantage can really turn the tide of the battle. The best way to practice your cover building and editing strategies is to do it in creative maps which focus on box fighting gameplay. This will help you get proficient at building and editing without all the pressures of having to perform it in a real match. Try to practice to a point where it becomes an automatic reflex when you feel that first bullet whiz past your head. Temporary cover. I consider temporary cover more like concealment than anything. And that's because these are items that can be destroyed, sometimes really easily, and depending on what you've chosen to hide behind, can also be shot through. These items usually fall somewhere on a spectrum and are items like bushes, vehicles, trees, small rocks, walls, slurp barrels, chests. You get the idea. Bushes, for instance, can conceal your location, but if a player gets wind of your location, they can easily destroy the bush and you if you don't get moving. Vehicles, on the other hand, offer you a movable piece of cover that can usually be repaired. It can also help with movement and to help keep your team together. Most pieces of temporary cover have some kind of health bar linked to them, and the amount of health is usually between 300 and 1200, but it can be higher. If you want to know how much damage your temporary cover has left, then take a quick swing at it with your pickaxe. Or you could use a bullet, but that would give away your position, so maybe just use the axe. The cool thing about Fortnite is that when a piece of temporary cover is being destroyed near you, it shows a health bar, so that you can make a better decision as to when that piece of cover is no longer appealing and it's time to move on. Alright, let's talk about cover tactics that will elevate your game. Peeking and pre-aiming. When you're behind cover, you want to be ready to peek out quickly and fire. Practice pre-aiming where you expect your opponent to be so that you could take shots with minimal exposure. Think of it like playing a game of whack-a-mole, except you're the mole. Edit and peek strategy. This one's for my builders out there. If you're behind a wall, practice making quick edits to take shots. A simple window or corner edit can give you a sightline without exposing your whole body. It's all about being unpredictable and catching your enemy off guard. Cover and movement. Always be looking to move from cover to cover during rotations. When you're on the move, aim to take shorter sprints between safe zones and be aware of your surroundings so you don't get caught out in the open. Double layers of cover. Stack up your protection by using 2 pieces of cover instead of just one. For example, if you're behind a rock and you sense a push, build a quick wall to give yourself an extra buffer. Another example would be to park a vehicle in front of a doorway or a tree to increase the amount of damage required to get you to move from that spot. Layering your cover is like adding extra shields to your health bar. Here are some common mistakes and how to avoid them. Even the best players slip up sometimes, so let's talk about the most common mistakes when it comes to using cover and how you can avoid them. Mistake number 1, staying behind a piece of cover too long. It's like being a sitting duck. If you're behind the same rock for more than a few seconds, you're giving your opponent time to close in or aim at you. Always look to rotate or change your cover position. Mistake number 2, overbuilding and exposing yourself. We've all been there, right? Building like crazy? But remember, too much building without strategic thinking can expose yourself from different angles. Keep your builds minimal and functional. Mistake number 3, ignoring temporary cover opportunities. Sometimes you might not have time to build, are in zero build, or running out of materials. Try to look around for anything that might help you. Cars, bushes, or even enemy builds used in a pinch are awesome makeshift cover points. Mistake number 4, engaging in a gunfight out in the open. This is probably the most common situation I see on the battlefield, and I'm guilty of it too. But it is something we can overcome. If you're starting the gunfight, then make sure you start it from behind cover. If a gunfight starts and you have no cover, don't engage. Break away, jump, slide, run until you get behind cover. Then assess how much damage you took and either continue to retreat or re-engage the gunfight. Alright, let's take a page out of the pros playbook. Here are a few cover tricks you can practice today. Side jumping around cover or build can throw off your opponent's aim and give you a perfect angle to counterattack. Try this with ramps or corners for maximum effect. The fake retreat. Pretend to fall back to cover, then edit out or peek quickly to surprise your enemy who thinks you're running away. This can lead to easy pickings. Using off angles. Don't just peek from obvious sides. Rotate around and get creative with your edits or angles. Catch your enemy looking the wrong way and capitalize on their hesitation. Well, that's it for today's breakdown on cover mechanics in Fortnite. I hope these tips and tricks help you guys step up your game and take down your opponents like never before. Remember, it's not just about shooting straight, it's about playing smart. Let me know in the comments which cover strategy you're going to try in your next match, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. And hey, if you're part of the 3GamingYetis fam, let's keep this conversation going in the comments. So until next time, keep dominating that battlefield. 3GamingYetis out!